Look, he gives us difficulties, that he may then perform miracles, the unexpected and the most appreciated, that we're lifted into a love of him and orientate our whole being according to his loving kindness. Every difficulty, every so-called evil is simply to show forth the glory of God and to tell us he loves us in a way that we can hear and be quickened to love him into life eternal. Thank you, Heavenly Father. And why does he want this love, this appreciation, our company? Because he's a person, and persons have a deep, deep need to relate to other persons. So he's brought us into eternal being, that we may satisfy his need and he may delight in us as perfect, complete company, utterly right for him as he is for us. Absolutely wonderful. Don't forget that our Heavenly Father is a person. Persons have needs and hopes and desires. God is the same. And we are part of his joy in meeting those needs. And it is our joy to meet those needs, because he's loved us, chosen to love us. We choose to love. We choose goodness. We choose God as he chose us. That's why he hides. He hides so that we're not overawed by him, but long for him. Do you see his absence in our mind? Our concern at his absence, our need for him, gives us overwhelming desire for him. Lovely. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Love you. Thank you, Heavenly Father. You see, the way to court a lover is to be present in their life to the extent they want you to be more present. We hold off, you see. We hold back not because we don't love them, but because we do. And we want them to feel the need for us and long for us. And when they do that, well, we can meet that need. And have the joy of loving kindness towards them. Do you see? So we hold back. we have to be present. So, think of it as, for a moment, the lady. She dresses up beautifully. She's at events that you're at. She's near you. But she's busy, she's occupied. She's not particularly noticing you, not particularly not noticing you. Such contact as you have is good. But it's a bit minimal. And you'd like it to be more. And that's lovely. And if this builds up that you want more and more, then we say you've fallen in love with, you're preoccupied with, and well, that's lovely, isn't it? Same with the fella. He acts nonchalant, he's just a man, just functioning in the world with the boys and people generally. But he's always where you are. And he always turns up just when you need him. And you start to long for him. And that's lovely. You start to fall in love. And then he can be loving and kind to you. And it's just a joy to you. In fact, just his presence with you is an absolute joy. And you live for the next moment with him. Isn't that lovely? And he's doing the same. Isn't that lovely? So, we learn what courting is, and God is courting us. And we start to court him. We start to long for him. Keep turning up where he is. Keep thinking of him. Keep imagining him. Till our whole mind is filled with longing for God. And then he can let us know of his longing for us, which already exists. So, if you fall for someone, and if you fall for God, you know how to court them. You think of them more and more. You let them know that you exist by constantly being where they are. In the end, they realize, my goodness, you satisfy my need. They start to fall for you too. Or you may well find they've fallen for you already. That's why you saw so much of them. Thank you, Heavenly Father. So we have the story in the Jesus account where he's asked by those around him, Did this man sin, or his parents, that he be born blind? And Jesus answers that he was born blind for the glory of God to be manifest in him, by which we take it to be that something wonderful happened to him, and we all glorify God in seeing the powerful love of God for us, his benevolence, his blessing. So Jesus interprets the difficulty as simply part of the demonstration of God's presence to quicken our consciousness of the incredible goodness of God all about us in his creation. See the whole preoccupation with blame and cause and individuality and distinction and struggle and strife with creation is washed away, flooded away, engulfed by Jesus' view that it's the blessing of God to us, that we may realize the loveliness of God all around us in our life, where we've been interpreting it as sorrow and distress and concern and fear, worry, that which is to be strived with and fought against, is in reality God's reality and ours, all part of God's blessing, all part of his fantastic command of every detail of his fantastic creations. Thank you, Heavenly Father.
You see the miracle of your existence in the universe being life itself doesn't strike you because you're so used to it. So you're not filled with overflowing gratitude as is meet and right. So you go through a time in this universe in which you experience good and evil, and the contrast impresses upon your mind just how grateful you are for these tiny miracles that you can see and are recorded and come across in your own life. But they are as nothing compared to your very existence and the universe you're in, quite apart from the heavens and God himself, of course. But it does achieve your devotion, your love, your readiness for full adult membership of the kingdom of heaven, in complete freedom, because you are completely safe, both to yourself and to others.
Should I try and count something?
Thank you, Dad.
Can I just go through one more time?
In short, the whole purpose of being in this life, in this universe, space, uncertainty, contrast, is that you build up a love for God and all He treasures, all He's made, all that's around us, everywhere, anywhere, such that you are safe to be given the freedom of heaven, so that you are a blessing to yourself and to all others, including a Heavenly Father, of course. Thank you, Dad.